Oh, there we go. Thank you for joining us to our introduction for Take Charge Today's new website. We have been looking forward to this day for years and are so grateful that our website has launched and that we can share it with you. My name's Robin Palmer. I'm part of the Take Charge Today team and want to give a big shout out to Tiffany Karamigian and Amy Hennick, who were instrumental in getting our website up and running and ready for you. Good news for you is that our website address has not changed. You will still find us at takechargetoday.arizona.edu. Make sure you bookmark that once you get to our new website so that you will be able to share and find things more easily as you begin your school year. I am going to jump to our new website so that you can follow along as I give you a walkthrough of the things that you can find. If you are new to Take Charge Today, you want to click on the sign up button that's on the top right hand side of the page. That will take you to a short form where you can choose your username and password, and then you'll give us information about your email, your school, what you teach, your administrator, and a little bit more. If you are a current Take Charge Today user, instead of going to sign up, click Login. Remember that we are a new website, so your username and password information did not transfer over. So instead of entering it there, go underneath the box and click on Reset Your Password. That will take you to a short form where you can enter your username or email address and then simply click on the Get the New Password button. You will be sent an email with some directions on how to reset your password, and then you'll be in. I'm going to go back to our home screen. Once you get logged in, the first thing we're going to take a look at today is your user dashboard. In the menu that we have up at the top, you want to go clear to the right-hand side and click on the little person icon, which will take you to My Dashboard. There is a lot of information on the dashboard. First at the top are our top lessons of the month. These lessons are determined based on information that is provided as you visit lessons, download lessons, click on favorites, and add some reviews. So that will change frequently. If you're looking for something fun, make sure you check our top lessons every month. Then you'll be able to see your statistics. That shows the number of lessons that you visited. If you have favorited any lessons, that will show up there and how many you have downloaded so you can keep an eye on what you are doing as you engage with our website. Underneath that, you will see four little menu options. Recent activity gives you activity follow-up on what you have done recently. Then we have popular lessons, favorites, and my reviews. When you click on Popular Lessons, you will see some top lessons that again have been selected by your peers as they have reviewed and looked over lessons. This section of Popular Lessons has a drop-down menu as well. So right now, these are the top rated lessons, but you can also choose Most Visited. We have had people visiting several lessons since we went live. Most downloaded, and most favorited. So remember, our website is new. We have only had a few people in looking at information. So in order to make our popular lessons really be the most popular ones, make sure that you are taking time to add information about your favorite activities and lessons that you might participate in. If you click on favorites, this will show you which lessons you have favorited. This becomes kind of a bookmark of sorts that if you have some really favorite activities and lessons that you use with your students, you can just favorite them and they will always end up here. And then as you write reviews for the website components, they will populate here as well for you to be able to see why you rated a lesson the way you did and what is the information that you were willing to share. Down at the bottom, you will see that we have a What's New section. This includes information about upcoming conferences, professional development, things that are happening, and also things that we have changed within the website so that you can see we added 3 new Mad Libs around the topic of identity theft because one of our trainers was recently in Florida doing some training around that topic with teachers. We also recently added a new introductory level lesson on taxes and government services. So if you're just curious about what's going on, that What's New area will be a good place for you to go look at the information. If we scroll back up to the top of the dashboard, you have this option to edit your profile. When you click on that, you will see your username, your email address, and a place to update your password. So if you feel like you want to change your password to make it easier or more stronger, you can do it yourself here. And then underneath that is your school information, your administrator contact information, and your professional information that you provided to us when you signed up for an account with Take Charge today. So use that dashboard to help yourself locate things that you love and put information on there that will help you as you move through your school year. Let's take a look now at what we call the lesson library. This is where you will find the activities and lessons that are our strength as Take Charge today. You will see that we have added in what we call our unit buttons. Each of these buttons represents one of our 8 units, and then we've also included a button for our active learning tools because those are one of our favorites from teachers. The unit circles are color-coded. So you can see that Major Expenditure Mania, this lesson down here, is color-coded to match our spending and borrowing lesson. And Making Wise Decisions is color-coded to your financial well-being. Taking charge of your financial well-being is the unit that goes with. We're hoping that having that color coding will help you as you're looking for lessons and activities in a specific topic or curriculum area. That is there to help you. Underneath our unit circles, we have course guides. If you are new to Take Charge today and you're wondering what to teach, we have created these course guides for you that are all built on different lengths of time that you might have available during your semester. We know not everybody is lucky enough to have a whole year's course that deals with personal finance, but we have guides that are for 2 weeks, for 9 weeks, for a semester, and year-long courses. When you select one of the course guides, you'll be able to see more information that will tell you what level of students this relates to, what it includes, key points and specific activities that we think you might want to look at as you're planning for your year of school. If I go up back to our lesson library main menu and go to support resources, the course guides are also found there. You'll be able to see that we have introductory level and advanced level course guides. We give you the resources that are included in those course guides. And for advanced level, we have some assessments that go along with that as well. So if you're just exploring the course guides, take time to look at each of those different components and see if that works for you. Back to our lesson library and support resources, we also have an assessment option that is underneath here. We know that in the school setting, you often are asked to do some different assessments. So we have an introductory level pre and post test, as well as an advanced level pre and post test. If you need to provide some data about what your students are learning and how much they've learned during the school year. We have some test banks that we have created that are available for you, and you'll find some of those test bank questions in some of our activities. One of my favorite assessments that we have is called Life in the United States, where students are having to build a spending plan based on a different family profile. If you are looking for a fun end of semester or end of year project-based assessment, I recommend Life in the United States. It is really great at helping students to think through details and to consider the different choices that families have to make as they are developing their spending plans for themselves. And then if I scroll down on this page, you'll be able to see that each of our advanced level units has a built-in project-based assessment. So if you like hands-on with your students, this is where you can find an overview of what those assessments are for each unit and decide which ones will work best for you. All right, let's take a look at one of our lessons. I am just going to use this filter box. This is one of our greatest tools that we have added to our new website. You can use the search bar to simply type in a word that you know about. When I go to conferences, sometimes I will tell teachers that we have 4 different lessons that deal with the topic of credit. So if I simply type in the word credit, I can scroll down, and the first thing that pops up are these 4 lessons that deal with credit. 1 is at the introductory level, 3 are at the advanced level. And then as I scroll down, I can see some activities that also include information about credit. So Money World Squares is one of our activities where students are asked questions and they have to know the answers. And so Money World Squares is going to include some questions and answers that have to do with credit. There's Life in the United States that I talked about because the students have to consider, can families afford credit? Do they have any debt that they're paying back? As well as some other activities where credit is going to be discussed. So I can use that search bar to just type in a word and see what I can find. I can also go to the right-hand side where we have a filter and click on the filter button. And now I have this wonderful checkbox area that allows me to select something specific that I might be looking for. So maybe I'm looking for a lesson at an introductory level. That's our 6th through 9th graders. And I want it to have to do with managing your money. So I'm going to choose those checkboxes. I'm going to apply the filters. And now here are the options that have come up. I have 5 different lessons that all have to do with managing your money. Well, maybe that doesn't narrow it down enough, and I need to go back and say, I really want something that is for 8th graders. So let's see if that filter changes at all. We're going to add that in. Nope, same lessons that are in there. So sometimes as you're searching, you're going to say, I'm not getting what I want. I want to be able to look for something else. So you can simply clear off your checkboxes. Down at the bottom, you can clear off some of the selections that you made as well. Just reapply them. See if you find what you're looking for. Oh, now I have lots more choices. You'll have to play around with this filter tool and see if you can find what you're doing. And we do have a clear all button as well with the filter so that you can just get rid of all of those choices that you made and go back to what you were thinking you wanted to look for. I am looking for a lesson that is called Making Wise Decisions. So I'm just going to type that in. I'm going to apply that filter. And now I can see that Making Wise Decisions came up, as well as our introductory course guides that include that and another lesson. But Making Wise Decisions is what I want to look at. When you look at these lesson cards, you will see that we have included some specific characteristics. Those match the filters that we were just looking at. So you'll be able to see those there if you're trying to choose how to look for something specific that you want to teach. I want to point out one thing on the filter before we move forward that will help you as you're trying to determine a specific lesson or activity. Under activity duration, we have some blocks of time. These blocks of time are not for the whole lesson, they are just for a specific activity. So if you have shortened classes due to a pep rally that's coming up on Friday, and you're looking for something that you could do in 20 to 30 minutes, you could choose an option of 21 to 30 minutes and see what type of activity we have available that goes along with that. That would just be for that activity, not for the whole lesson. I'm going to go ahead and select this Making Wise Decisions lesson. Here's the same characteristics that we saw on the card previously. And as a result of questions you guys asked, we have added a supply list right here at the top. We know that sometimes your time is short and you're looking forward to doing an activity the next day with students, and you need to gather your supplies so that they're ready and on your desk for the next day. So right here at the top tells you the different supplies that you will need in order to do this lesson with students. We give you a short description of the lesson, some of the things that will happen. And another new thing that we've added is this cross-curricular keyword. So this particular lesson has some English language arts activities built into it. We also have words like math and art and economics because we know as you're teaching, there might be some different content that you want to pull in, and that will help you identify different lessons or activities that tie into those different cross-curricular areas. Underneath there, we've got your lesson objectives, which you're used to seeing, and the lesson files that you're used to seeing. So in the past, when you would open a lesson file, you would have the whole lesson plan, the PowerPoint, the answer key, and the student workbook pages would all be able to be downloaded separately, and that is still true. You can also download them all at the same time through the button in the upper right-hand corner. And they will download into a zip file, just like they have in the past, so that you can put them into a folder on your desktop or add it to your learning management system if they are worksheets that your students will be doing. You see this particular activity, Would You Rather, is part of the Making Wise Decisions lesson. And we have created two different versions of this activity. One that is in a PowerPoint, where students would move to either side of the room based on their choice, and one that is based on cards that you would print, where they would hold them, read them, and show your decision. So there might be some extra lesson files that you're not used to seeing because we've tried to make them more accessible for you. Here's our external resources that would have been part of the lesson plan as well. This just makes it easy if you're going to do the Quizlet activity that you don't have to open up the whole lesson plan and then click on the link. You can just click on that resource link right there. And then also in response to your requests, we have broken out the lesson activities so you don't have to download the whole lesson plan if you don't need it. If you are new again to our lessons, or if you haven't looked at them a while, this gives you a great way to look and say, oh, there's a vocabulary activity that's built in, an anticipatory set, a couple of options. Here's the facilitation. Here's my conclusion options and assessment. And I can just click on each of these activity ideas and see if it's something that I want to do. So for this particular lesson, we have this scatter activity, which is a matching game. It has vocabulary and it has definitions. You're printing out cards, you're cutting them, and then students are trying to match up the definitions with the words that are associated with them. So you can simply download these directions as a PDF. So you've got it in your hand as you're conducting that activity with your class. And then we also give you some downloadable files that go along with that. We hope that will make your life a little easier as well, as you can review and really determine what you want to do with your classes, and then just look at the options that are available. You will also see down at the bottom related lessons. So if you really like that lesson and you're thinking what's next, here we're giving you some suggestions. The lesson reviews for each lesson will appear down at the bottom. So nobody has reviewed this lesson yet, but this is where you would see reviews that teachers have given for this particular lesson that we have. If you love this lesson or any of the activities, all you need to do is go to the lesson itself. You can favorite it here. You can write a review, which will allow you to rate and write your own review and post it for your peers to be able to see. So as you jump back into our lessons, please take time to do that. We would love to see our data and know that you are sharing some of your favorites with your friends who are around you. If you get stuck or you have a suggestion, we do have this Contact Us button. Simply click on that to send us an email with a suggestion, with a problem that you found that needs to be corrected, or a problem with your account. We will be able to respond by replying to your email. And our full email is also down at the bottom. If you're wondering how we're getting contacted by you, that is shown there. That is a lot of information, but we are grateful for you for being teachers and educators who love our materials. We look forward to interacting with you at conferences and different training opportunities throughout the year. And please reach out to us if you have any questions. Thanks for joining us today.